Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the Feminine Dating Podcast. This is a space where we explore the art of dating with confidence and a space to nurture our inherent feminine strength. I'm your host, Lilian Toscano, and I am so delighted to be here today. And I have a really interesting topic for you. And I know you are going to find this topic to be something that you'll listen to this over and over again, especially if you're out there dating. Um, and if you're in the first stages of dating, this is definitely a very, very helpful episode for you. And it also, I feel like this topic also stirs a little bit of the, emotions, mix of emotions. And there are a lot of questions around this. So the the topic for today is how much should you be investing in the early stages of dating? And I am talking to women here, okay? This is not the men. But this is about, as a woman, how much should you be investing in the early stages of dating? So if you want to be the feminine energy woman in the relationship, how much should you be investing in a relationship? So the early stages of dating can definitely feel like a dance. I feel like that's exactly it. If you want to ever, feel what that feels like, take a partner dance and you'll see it's definitely like a dance, right? It's like one step forward, two steps back, two on the side. There's always a lead, there's always a follow. And when it flows beautifully. And then when it doesn't, it's like we're stepping on each other's toes. And it's really a time filled with a lot of excitement, right? A lot of excitement, a lot of hope, and yes, a fair share of uncertainties. There's a lot of uncertainties in that stage because you don't know what's going to happen, right? And one of the biggest questions we grapple with is how much of our hearts should we be investing, during these early initial encounters. So what I'm talking about here is, let's say, very early stages of dating from like 0 to 3 months. I always feel like that sounds more like a child. But I'm talking about babies no. But it does feel like that. It's like a baby, that your baby stage, right? It's the baby stage of dating. It's the early, like first phase, of dating. When you are there just chatting with the guy, when you are, when you are going on those first few dates, getting to know each other, maybe those first few phone calls, and just feeling it out, see what's happening. So this is, it's a delicate balance, isn't it? Like on one hand, we want to be open, we want to give love, a chance to really blossom. Yet on the other hand, we are also mindful, right? We have to be mindful of protecting our hearts from potential hurts, right? There are going to be that. That's part of dating, that's part of being in a relationship. So this is where I feel that feminine energy, your emotional wisdom, your intuition needs to play, needs to come into play, needs to be ignited as to this is going to protect me, because there is a fine balance between you being open as a feminine energy woman. You're open to receiving the arrows of love all around you, yet you have firm boundaries, right? And those boundaries, I don't even want to call them boundaries. It's like a love bubble. That's what I love telling my clients. It's like, it's your love bubble, that love bubble that gets to protect you, that gets to take care of you. Yet you're out there in the world, interacting with other people, but you are in this bubble that protects you, that takes care of you. So having that bubble, yet being open to the arrows of love, being open to getting to know someone is key, right? So let's first start by understanding that every connection is unique, right? There's no one size fits all answer, right? However, I feel like the key lies in listening to your heart, right? Listening to your heart while engaging your mind, asking yourself, and these are very key questions that I would even write them down. So if you're in the very early stages of dating, these are key questions that you should always be asking yourself. When you go out there with a man, I actually have something for my clients that I do. I give them sort of like a checklist in a way of how each relationship felt to them. So ask yourself these questions after a date, after you come home, get yourself a cup of tea and get yourself a blanket and get into your body, sink into it, drop into it, and ask yourself, am I being authentically me with this person? Am I being myself? Can I be myself? Do I feel that I can be myself? Or am I putting up a facade to maybe impress them? Right? Am I being myself? Or am I trying to impress this man? Am I trying to be someone that I'm not? Right? Saying that I enjoy those things. I've seen that a lot where women are like, yeah, I love hiking. And they've never hiked in their lives. And, maybe you love to go to the gym, yet you're not someone who hikes, right? And that's totally okay. But being honest with yourself, being honest with him is going to be key, right? So authenticity is always the foundation of any meaningful relationship that you will have, right? In the very beginning stages of dating, this is definitely key. You want to be your most authentic self, right? And this is also something that you have to, a time, I feel like a very special time to just observe, right? Just observe. And this is going to get you away from grasping of wanting this man to be yours, of wanting exclusivity, of wanting this to, go faster than it needs to go. And I'm going to talk about pace in a minute, but the anxiety that it gives us when we start like dating someone that we really, really like, that anxiety that comes up, that we want things to go, faster than it needs to go. This is key, right? In terms of you observing, this is a time to you just observe this man, observe who he is, feel through what it feels like to be in his presence, right? What does it feel like to be in his presence? Does it feel great? Do you feel like the woman that you want to be? Do you feel taken care of? Do you feel like he is, doing the thing, right? How does it feel? This is going to give you so much information, not what the man says. A lot of times men will say things, right, that they don't really mean. So focus on how you actually feel and focus on his actions, his behavior, right? And like, is he reliable? Is he consistent? Notice all these things. Who is this man? Like, really get to know him. And I'll talk about that as well later on. So talking about the pace, right? So this is another aspect that I feel like we really need to consider, is the pace of the relationship. So relationships are not a race, my love. Okay. I know we want it to be a race, but it's not a race. They are a marathon. Okay. It's okay to take your time. It's good to take your time. It's good to let things kind of, slowly melt. It's like a slow burn, right? It's like this candle that slowly burns. So let things really unfold naturally. And I know that we often find ourselves wanting to get there faster, to get to the result, to get to, have the title, like become exclusive and all of these things. But I'm telling you, this is going to help you so much in getting to know yourself, getting to know that person, and having a much healthier and happier relationship in the long run. If you rush through this, you're going to miss a lot. And honestly, now that I'm married, I think about it and I'm like, wow, like I know that I savor, and I know that my husband also, we both savor that first few months of our relationship, right? The first 6 months really felt like, we were really savoring it. We weren't like rushing into anything. We were getting to know each other very, very slowly. And yes, and in so many ways, I felt like, I need to like get there. But I'm so happy that we took the time, that we really listened to what we were feeling, that we really let things just unfold naturally. And I feel like that made a big difference in our relationship, right? So listen to your intuitions, my love. This is something that is very important to do. It's like, listen to your intuition. it's really powerful when you sink into your body, when you feel your feminine energy. It's a powerful guide in discerning when to open up and when to hold back, right? Because a feminine energy woman is not like this open woman that just allows everything to come through, and she tolerates all behavior, and she's this weak, woman that just is a doormat and allows everything to happen to her, right? She's not that. She is open, yet she does not tolerate bad behavior, right? She knows when it feels good. She knows when something doesn't feel good. She's going to start noticing those things and when to speak up. When she knows when to speak up, right? When to express what she needs, right? So remember that investing in a relationship is not about how much you give emotionally, right? But also about how much you invest in understanding and learning, right? This is the part where you get to also give to the relationship in itself. So how much are you investing in understanding and learning about this man, right? Taking the time to truly understand their values, their dreams, their fears. And with that, with you taking the time to get to know this man, you're also gaining so much more, valuable information as to who this man is. And it helps you in discerning, whether this is a good match for you or not. So take it slow, take it one step at a time, and get to know this man. Invest little by little, right? You're not gonna just open up and see this man every single day or talk to him every single day. You're going to slowly give him your time. You're going to slowly open up yourself little by little. Get to know him little by little, right? And most importantly, as you navigate these early stages, keep investing in yourself. Don't forget about you. Don't lose yourself in relationships, right? When we start dating men that we're so into, this is what happens. We lose ourselves in these relationships. Sometimes they're not even a relationship, they're a situation, and we are just so focused on the man, so focused on him and what his needs are and what's going on in the relationship that we forget about ourselves. So keep doing your thing, focus on your hobbies, your passions, your growth, right? These are aspects of your life that you should always continue to flourish, right? No matter where in your dating journey you are, right? No matter where your dating journey takes you. I mean, I'm happily married now, and I'm still like focusing on these things, on my hobbies, on my passions, and my relationship with my husband is just one aspect of my life. Yet I have a whole, there's a whole pie here. My life is this beautiful pie, and it's divided in different, with different things that I have going on in my life. And he is, that relationship means a lot to me, yet that is only a part of my life, right? It's not my everything. And this is what we need to do as well when it comes to dating, is not focused on one man. This is key. Rotational dating is something that I would encourage everyone to do. I know this is hard to do, right? Because when you find someone that you're really, really into, you don't want to let him go, but you don't have to let him go. You just need to open yourself up to receiving the arrows of love of more men. And this is going to be so helpful for you because you're going to feel desired by men. You're also going to feel like you're going to start seeing the possibilities, what's out there for me, right? So that takes away all that focus on one man. You are now, rotational dating means that you have at least 3 men that you are dating, on a regular basis. And if one, kind of fizzles out, you get another one and you keep going, at least 3 men. Okay, I would say 5 is like a good number to have, and see who steps up, right? And in these early stages of dating, you're just there to get to know him, to really observe him, see where it's going, but you're not going to, allow this man to just like grab you and take you away. You're gonna just slowly let that relationship to unfold. And that feels so good. At the end of the day, you're going to know that you made the right choice by doing that. So take it one step at a time with this and allow that relationship to blossom and get to know different men. I think this is the best way to actually pick the right guy for you, the right man for you, is to get to know the different men. Because as you're dating and as you're getting to know different men, you realize, okay, so this is actually that I really want, right? You learn to know like your wants and what you don't want, what you like, what you don't like, what you really want in a relationship, what you don't want in a relationship. And you get to see, what's best for me. What is best for me? What do I really want in a relationship? But when you focus so much on one man, it just clouds you, right? It really clouds you because you're not seeing the possibilities. You don't feel as desired because you only have that one man who is like, if he doesn't give you the attention, you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, something's missing. So I encourage you all out there who are in this stage where you are getting to know men, focus on dating multiple men and just allow the men to kind of, step up for you and see who is the best man for you. The best man that can win your heart. It's a competition that all these men have, right? And you will see like a lot of women are so scared of this because they feel like, oh no, that's just going to turn men away. He's not going to care for that. Trust me, men are so competitive and they love competition. And if they, they feel that somehow you're kind of like being swept away by someone else, they're going to want to get you. So there is nothing wrong with you dating, all different men, because it's not about you being, sleeping around with all these men. They're innocent coffee dates, dinner dates, getting to know people. And you don't have to be, sexual with any of them. You're just there to get to know them as a person. You can choose one of these men to be sexual with, sexually exclusive, yet you get to still date other men. You don't have to just stay with one. And I encourage you not to stay with just one until that man gives you what you desire, which is the commitment, the ultimate commitment of marriage, right? So don't allow a man to, take years to figure out what he wants, because you are important, your needs are important, and your needs need to go first. So if you from day one set the stage of, this is what I desire, this is what I want the commitment, I want the ultimate commitment from a man, and if things go well with us, then we'll see what happens. Yet I am going to stay open to meeting all different men and seeing what's out there, right? I feel like this is the best thing for me. A lot of men will be very understanding with that. And they will feel that competitive feeling of like, okay, now I have to like impress her. I need to do something to get her. And trust me, when men can feel that from you, that energy of like your needs, your desires, your wants are going to come before him, that you come before him, that you choose yourself first. Oh, men just love that. That is when they become so obsessed with you. That's when they become so into you. That's when they feel that magnetism from you, because they know that no matter what, you're going to be okay, that you're not choosing him, that you're choosing yourself. And that is so attractive. That is such a magnetizing way of being. And this is what a feminine energy woman does. She puts herself first and foremost, right? She focuses on herself and who she is. And she doesn't like get so much focused on the men. She gives a little, but her focus is mainly on herself. And this is what we all need to learn to do. So as we wrap up today's episode, my loves, I encourage you to approach early dating with a heart full of love, but also with the wisdom, of your feminine energy. Learn to embody this, learn to sink into your body and feel, this is a balance, of course, is key, right? And your emotions, your emotional well-being is the most paramount, and you really need to focus on that. So thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope that your journey in love be as beautiful and unique as you are. So thank you so much, and I guess we'll see each other on our next episode next week. Love you.